Hi everyone. We are
Lachi
Molala. And we are here for No Mercy, episode 8. They're going to bring my boo in, and I'm really scared about what's going to go down. So we are hugging our MX pillows.
I mean, since we can't be in the same area to hug each other, this is the best that we could do, you guys. So we heard a lot from Monbebes to brace ourselves for episode 8. Not only that, to brace ourselves and just to keep an open mind about Chinkyun, that he's coming in young, and that he's very loved now. So, yeah. So, which leads me to believe that, again, this may be very heavily edited to the point where he could be seen as a very, very dark person, aka the villain, the villain. I was like,
That's what I was going to say. I'm worried they're going to make him seem like the villain. And I'm also kind of worried they're going to make the rest of the guys seem like, who wouldn't be frustrated at first? But after you hang out with someone, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Yeah. He didn't do it. The producers did.
Yeah.
You want to be mad at someone, be mad at the producers.
Yeah.
Not my baby.
Wow. So I'm not going to spoil anything because I read some comments already about, we'll talk about it after. How's about that?
That sounds good, because I wouldn't let her read me any spoilers.
No.
You guys are going to see my honest reaction, so cursing, tears, what have you, get ready.
And before we do, you guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue on doing more Monsta X content.
Happier Monsta X content in the future.
Yeah, much happier. This is probably the darkest series that we'll probably have on our channel. So
I honestly feel like we're about to watch like a horror film.
I wish you didn't say
Don't say anything.
I wish you didn't say that because I like horror movies.
I know. You're weird.
I am a weird person. Not gonna lie. Awkward and weird and dark and just a weird person.
Okay. I'm gonna start it.
Okay, start it. Don't worry, it's not a horror film.
That's what you say. Here we go.
We got this, girl.
Episode 8. Fourth debut mission with top artist begins now. Do-do-do. At least I got one ho.
Yes.
And show. I assume they're gonna have to cut someone in every show from now on.
Yeah, most definitely.
섹시함까지 느껴지.
다 살아남기로 약속을 했기 때문에 꼭 이겨야 돼.
편곡도 굉장히 마음에 들었고요.
완성도가 있었던
제 3차 미션 승리팀은 세계로 팀입니다. 탈락자는 민기훈 군입니다.
That was so sad.
안녕하십니까? 안녕하십니까? 안녕하세요. 여기 앉아.
Youngwon looks so nervous.
He does.
일단 어제 분위기가 너무 안 좋았던 관계로 발표하지 못했던 게 있지. 너무 열심하네.
어떻게?
You're ranking them at dinner?
They never get to enjoy anything.
자, 2위. 2위.
What?
Oh.
Look at his face.
Oh. So happy.
5위다. 생각보다 좀 떨어지지.
뭐야?
여기.
나 생각보다 하나.
What?
Man, is like number 9. No.
What? I'm mad already.
야, 그 고기들 잘들 먹었냐?
You ranked up right before dinner?
전혀 예측하지 못한 일이 일어났어, 너희에게. 전혀 예측하기 힘든. 지금 너희의 상황에서 어쩌면 가장 큰 시련이 될 수 있을 거야.
Oh, great intro.
이때까지 뭐 많은 시련이 있고 했는데 뭐 어떤 거길래 저렇게 말씀을 하시는 걸까 이런 생각.
탈락자에서 다시 이렇게 데려오는 건가? 고기도 잘 먹었겠다. 저희 웃음 주려고 장난치시는 줄 알았어요. 분명히 장난일 거야. 저거 거짓말일 거야. 이러고 있었어요.
노멀스의 새로운 멤버 한 명이 추가가 될 거야. 여러 가지 상황을 고려했을 때 래퍼가 부족하다라는 생각을 하게 된 것 같아.
제 눈에 모든 게 다 거슬리고 화났어요 진짜. 뭐지? 내가 많이 부족했나? 약간 이건 잔인함과 자비가 없는 걸 넘어선 것 같았어요.
Yeah.
우리 되게 많이 보는데
분명히 유쾌한 일은 아니지. 어제 민균이를 떠올리면 더욱 마찬가지고 받아들이기 힘든 일이긴 한데 프로그램을 떠나서 그냥 실제로 너희가 아이돌을 준비하는 과정에서 충분히 일어날 수 있는 일이라고 생각하고 그래도 이 또한 너희들이 같이 가야 될 미션이라고 생각해줬으면 좋겠어. 친구 불러올 테니까.
아 지금요?
응, 올 거야.
Come on.
주원이보다 랩을 잘하나?
못하면 얄짤없지 뭐.
주원이랑 샷건이 잘해야겠네. 너네가 엄청 못했나 봐.
정말 좀.
Wow!
예.
What? No.
That was not the time.
No.
흔치 않은 기회고 내가 저 자리가 안 되려는 법은 없으니까 그러게 됐어.
광지영, 유수, 민균이만한 사람이 들어올까? 민균이 왜 떨어진 거야?
민균이 보내고?
민균이 얼굴 어떻게 봐? 와, 쟤 악이네, 진짜.
뭐야 이게?
바로 투입되는데 바로 떨어지는 건 좀 재미없는 것 같아요. 살아남을 수 있어요.
밥맛 다 떨어졌어. 이미 우리가 진짜 12명 때부터 어떻게 해서
왜 그러는데?
여기까지 온 건데
Kihyun's still eating.
죄송하지만 저도 데뷔를 해야겠습니다.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I am.
Right?
여기 일로 와.
Ugh.
그냥 그 상황 자체가 싫었어요. 그 새로운 친구의 얼굴도 보기 싫었고.
뭐 어떻게 말로 표현이 잘 안 돼요. 이런 부분들이 있어서 불합리적이다라고밖에 생각이 안 들어서.
왜 왔냐? 너가 올 자리가 아닌데 너가 왜 왔어?
저는 올해 20살 된 IM이라고 합니다. 잘 부탁드립니다.
저기 앉으면 될 것 같아.
Oh, he already knows too.
I hope he doesn't have to live with them.
I think he does.
정말 막말로 제가 꺼지라고 하고 나가라고 이렇게 말하고 싶었는데 그냥 좀 싫었던 것 같아요.
솔직히 말하면 좀 아닐 것 같죠. 뭐 진짜 다 된 밥에 약간 숟가락 얹는 그런 느낌이니까.
눈도 못 마주치겠고 너무 화가 나서 그냥 기분이 진짜 영 아니었어. 밥맛 떨어졌어.
제가 그때 든 생각이 진짜 상상력으로 다 부셨거든요. 상상력으로 상 업고 숟가락으로 머리통 때리고 가족 생각 나고 미친 줄 알았어요.
형은 이제 일어날 테니까 잘해서 어제 못지않은 좋은 무대 볼 수 있었으면 좋겠다.
He's just gonna drop him in it and then walk away.
고맙습니다.
He's not gonna be there just for a buffer?
Just for like 15 minutes? Aww.
Someone break the ice.
타이밍이 별로 안 좋은 것 같아.
아, 우리가 너를 그렇게 반길 수가 없는 게 바로 어제 민준이가 떨어졌거든. 근데 그 자리를 너가 메꿨다고 생각하면 우리는 너를 그렇게 반길 수가 없어.
Dang, Kiki.
그냥 이 상황 자체가 너무 싫어요.
지금은 무작정 싫을 때라고 생각해요. 무작정 믿고 무작정 싫고
그냥 생각도 없고 그냥 머릿속이나 입모양은 계속 욕뿐이었어요. 그냥 욕만 나왔어 계속.
이제 이 봉이 된 샷건을 풀어야 될 때가 왔어요. 이제 쏴야죠. 방아쇠 당기고.
진짜 지금 민혁이 거지? 얘가 몰라요. 뭐라 그랬어?
God.
Oh my god.
I feel like this is even worse.
And you gotta live with. Oh my gosh.
Where's he gonna sleep? In the guy who's just left's bed?
That's the only spot, right? Oh, this is such a hard situation.
뭐야? 방 보고 충격 받지 마서.
민균이 진 빠졌냐?
아 진짜 여기 다 민균이 거였단 말이에요. 진짜.
이것도 이거고 저 밖에 짐이 다 있잖아. 혼자 다 치고 가냐.
야, 이거 혼자 치우고 혼자 나간 거야. 우리 밥 먹고 있는 동안에.
아, 왜 또 혼자 치우고 나가 또?
아니잖아.
헐. 근데 아예 통으로 나갔어. 통으로 사라졌는데.
침대도 아예 다.
It's not his fault. Oh my gosh. Oh.
연락자는 민균 군입니다.
Again, producers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You feel bad for both sides, you know?
Yeah.
왜?
진짜 눈치 하나는.
하긴 케빈이 형이 고기 사주러 왜 와요?
야 서건아, 네가 좀 얘기 좀 해. 친구끼리 좀 네 자리가 여기.
에이 뭐 형 이런 거 뭐 시켜요.
자기가 오고 싶어서 온 것도 아닐 거 아니야.
Shonu.
민균이한테 좀 미안하지만.
아 지금 전 쟤한테 화난 게 아니고 그냥 짜증나요.
그래 누가 쟤한테 화내. 쟤가 무슨 잘못이 있다고.
Oh, Minya. Oh.
앉아 있어 여기 거실에. 이 방송 끝나고 지금 이제 어쨌든 이거 12명 떠나서 이제 13명 된 거잖아요. 이때까지 했던 점 치면은.
랩도 노멀시스럽게 하자.
나 진짜 노멀시 하면서 오늘이 진짜 최악이고 짜증나는 순간이야.
나도 최악이야.
근데 쟤도 그냥 데뷔하고 싶어 하면 저희랑 똑같은 건데 왔는데 자기도 얼마나 스트레스겠어요. 이렇게 했는데.
아 그지. 저 마음이 이해 안 가는 게 아니야.
이게 가 나도.
근데 보면 짜증난다고 나는.
그래.
At least they're recognizing that their feelings don't have to do with him.
Yeah.
It's the situation.
그런 거 봤어? 원래 래퍼라인 이게 네 명이었는데 다시 3명 됐다가 너가 딱 들어오게 된 거잖아. 뭔가 너를 엄청 반기기에는 내가 뭔가 부끄러울 것 같아가지고 그냥 솔직하게 말하면은 지금 나는 계속 마인드 컨트롤 중이야.
입장 바꿔 생각해도 당연히 나를 안 반기는 건 진짜 나부터.
He's so understanding.
나는 그래도 다행인 게 석원이하고 항상 막내였는데 너가 한 명 더 들어왔으니까 좀 수월해진 느낌?
그렇게 생각해주면 난 너무 고맙지.
열심히 했으면 좋겠어.
이때까지 같이 연습해왔던 광진아, 유수나, 민균이한테 미안해서라도 좀 마음의 문을 열긴 좀 어려울 것 같아요. 저는.
친해질 수 있다는 건 확실히 시간이 지나면 사람이기 때문에 친해질 수 있는데 시간이 좀 되게 많이 걸릴 것 같아.
정말 삭삭하게 애들한테 뭔가 성의를 보이거나 이러면은 그러지 않은 이상은 진짜 마음 열기 좀 쉽지 않을 것 같아.
지금 상황으로서는 모르겠어요. 별로 저는 잘 지내고 싶은 생각이 없어요.
친해질 생각 없거든요, 저는. 니 할 거 해. 난 내 할 거 할게.
And you know he's feeling everything so much because he's,
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. He's like seen as an outcast right now.
안녕하십니까.
아 멋있네.
다음 4차 데뷔 미션을 너희와 함께 하게 될 기호의 매직타운 주영 그리고 바스코, 정기고, 천재노창 씨가 이 자리에 와주셨습니다.
곡을 쓴 친구들이 있어. 길보이랑 천재노창이 곡을 썼는데
일단 저 만든 곡은 멋있고요. 짱이고요. 신나고요.
이제 팀을 나눴는데
너희가 알아야 될 게 하나 있는데 이긴 팀에서는 음원을 발매할 수 있는 기회를 얻게 될 거예요.
예. 같이 음원을 발매하는 거지. 같이 팀으로.
진 팀에서는 이제 탈락자가 나오고.
열심히 해.
예.
감사합니다.
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 Gosh, is Shonu going to be on the losing team again?
Oh gosh, I hope not.
저희 탈락 안 시켜주셔야죠.
저 노창보단 잘해요.
저희 평균 나이가 너무 높아. 근데 이길 것 같아 나는 왠지.
약간 우리 약간 분위기가 심상치 않아.
What?
여기 있는 친구들 지금 3위, 5위, 6위, 7위, 9위. 위험한
솔직히 위험해.
조합이야. 내 윤호 랩이 기억이 안 나. 기억이 안 나는 건 되게 위험한 거거든.
Oh my gosh.
들려줄까요?
예.
기대하세요.
끝이 아니라 이제 밴드가 들어갈 거예요. 이제.
애매했다. 이제 저작권을 나는 챙길 생각이야. 우리가 반드시 이겨야 돼.
갔을 때 이겨야 된다 이런 것보다 이겼다 이걸 쓰면 돼요. 여기는 이겨 있다.
근데 새로 온 친구 랩을 하신다고.
네.
주원이 이길 수 있겠어요? 자신 있어요?
I mean, there's no right answer.
네.
약간 망설임인데.
들어볼 수 있을까요? 아무도 몰라서 지금.
Yeah, my freshman baby, Mayday 파르타니 새싹치는 긴급 상황 5월은 아닌데 ATM 365 모두 내 날 아직은 감정 위에 도단할 때싸 본체엔 따르고 있으니 이거 다 빨아먹을 때까지 나 못 이겨 제발 제발 다 같은 새싹끼리 평화리 치거리 이니 주저리 대봤자 머저리 하하 비웃어봐 like swings love the coins 참아봐 before the king 깊은 그릇이니 본디 뿌리부터 다르지 you know that's me.
Classic I am fashion. Oh, here we go.
랩은 더 탄탄한 거 같아.
틀렸어. 누가 봐도 저쪽이 좀 우세하다고 생각할 수 있어. 왜냐면 1, 2위가 다 저쪽 가 있으니까. 쫄지 마. 무조건.
예. 기리보이 형님은 800개로 냈잖아요.
주원이도 또 냈거든요.
이제 우리 차례지. 사실 우리가 이기는 거는 사실 정해져 있었어. 이게 어느 정도 다 예상을 하신 것 같아. 근데 이게 또 어쨌든 저쪽에 알려지면 또 저희가 너무 상실되니까. 먼저 곡을 들어보면서 파트를 좀 생각을 해봐야 될 거야.
Why is this team so awkward?
Right?
Like concerned.
There it is. At least they're better now.
간지다. 저쪽 팀을 다 박살을 내버려야 돼. 이제 아예 부셔버려야 돼. 아예 그냥 고개도 못 들도록. 이제는 아예 그냥
음악할 생각 안 하게.
이제는 그냥 난 이제 접어야겠다 이런 생각이 들 정도로 그냥 무참히 짓밟아 버려야 돼 이번에. 이렇게.
기리보이가 앞길이 안 보이게 하겠습니다.
누 매드 깔 사람?
나는 저 매드크라운 형한테.
야,
촌스러운 박자 너 너무 맘대로 막 다 그런 점들 다 종합해서 얘기했을 때 랩 못한다고 하는 거야. 랩 못한다고 하는 거야.
그래? 닦아. 야, 모두가게 인형이네 얘.
예.
Discracker.
보컬분 중에 제일 음역대가 높으신 분이 누구세요?
민혁이가. 아 그래? 우리 이번에 할 때는 확실히 메인은 확실히 잡아야 될 거야.
지금 정해볼까요 그럼?
근데 뭐 현우가 메인을 하는 게 나을 것 같아.
랩은 어떻게 생각해? 지금 3명이잖아.
원래 바스코 형을 8마디를 드리려고 그랬는데 2명에서 8마디를 같이 해야 될 것 같아요.
윤호 같은 친구가 지금 존재감이 너무 없었어가지고.
왜냐면 오장난
샷건이 나랑 4마디를 하고 쟤한테 8마디를 양보하는 건 어때? 뭐 이기는 것도 중요한데 다 같이 한 명씩 보여주는 게 좋잖아. 지금 윤호 8마디 가사 최대한 빨리 써가지고 공유를 해주고.
Oh wow.
그러면 경연 때 바스코 형이랑 기리 노창한테 인사 안 하기.
아무튼 이길게. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 우리 보내줄게 너희를 다. 비행기 타는 거.
보컬 생각 있어.
보컬 중에 하나.
브릿지에서
너네가
한번 쓰시죠.
멜로디 안녕하십니까 누나.
그래서
Oh wow. That's interesting.
So they're contributing a lot more to these songs. At least the vocalists or the rappers always do.
Yeah.
받았어요?
길이 뭐
받았어?
갖고 왔어. 길이 보이니까.
야.
음원 발매할 수 있는 길이 보여.
야.
메시 형이 우리 이기게 해주고 음원 발매하게 해준다 해가지고 메시 형이 비행기 태워준대. 우리 음원 발매한다고 속상해하지 말고.
Wano's so savage this episode.
Right?
그럼 똑같이 다 잘해서 저도 이 팀 것도 음원을 들었으면 좋겠는데 아쉽다 이런 얘기가 나와야 성공적인 미션일 것 같아요.
그거 당연한 거지. 그거는. 말할 필요도 없지. 뭐 그걸 굳이 얘기하냐?
그만하죠 이제.
야!
샤프 형하고 션이 형하고 뭔가 일이 있는 것 같아.
뭐 하는 거야?
이거 안 찍으시면 안 돼요. 제발요. 이거 안 찍으면 안 될까?
We've unfortunately already seen that part.
음원을
Yeah.
볼까요?
이거 350초인데.
비트 별로야.
무슨 소리야?
이거?
네 마디밖에 없고 랩을 보여줘야 될 거 아니야. 이렇게 보컬 셋 오장난 팀이었잖아요. 진짜 이게 하나도 안 어울릴 것 같아요. 차라리 나는 보컬이 훅하고 래퍼가 한 반 정도 채웠으면 좋겠다 생각했어.
준현아 노래 꺼봐. 잠깐만.
너 말해. 그러니까 보컬이 너무 많다 이거 아니야. 랩은 내가 더 맡아야 된다 이거 아니야.
그런 노래니까.
그러니까 그런 노래인데 어쨌든 랩은 2명이고 보컬이 3명이잖아. 그래서 우리도 솔직히 이번에 파트를 맡아야 돼.
그래서 하잖아요. 하기로 했잖아요.
그러니까 파트 가지고 너가 얘기를 하니까
제 생각을 얘기한 거예요. 내가 잘못한 거야?
아니 그냥 그러니까 뭔 뜻인지 알겠는데 뭔 뜻인지 알아.
아니 내가 지금 잘못한 거야.
말 똑바로 해.
아니 이게 그냥 전 제 생각 얘기한 건데 미안해요.
미안해? 그래서 윤호 말고 네 동생 있냐? 네 친구냐?
어쨌든 네가 욕심 알겠는데 말 조심해 진짜.
야, 말 좀 순화해서 해봐. 우리도 기분이라는 게 있는데.
근데 이런 것까지 방송에 막 나갈 것 같아.
그러니까
방송 나갈 것 같으면 애초에 말을 똑바로 하라고.
그러니까 제 생각을 얘기한 거고.
그러니까 네 생각을 그딴 식으로 얘기하면 방송이 어떻게 나가겠냐고.
그래 얘들아.
망했다 우리 팀.
니 때문에 망한 것 같아.
이러냐 진짜.
조금만 쉬었다. 좀만 쉬었다.
야 솔직히 니 랩 잘해? 니 랩 잘하냐고.
앉아.
뭐하냐?
하지 마라.
춤이나 춰.
야, 니 춤 잘 추냐?
그걸 춤 안 추고 랩하려
랩이나 해.
하잖아요.
그러니까 회사 나가서 좀 언더에서 랩해. 아이돌 왜 해 그러면? 니보다 아이돌 같아. 윤호 깔 시간에 네 실력이나 해 생각해.
그럼 나는 언더 랩하고 형은 모델하고 윤호는 아이돌하고.
그러니까 가서 모델 할 테니까 네 언더 랩 해 그냥.
먼저 나가주세요. 먼저 나가주세요.
다시 얘기해봐. 뭐라 했냐? 뭐라 했냐고. 나와봐.
요새.
Yeonwoo's so funny.
Right?
I feel like he really thinks this is going down, right?
야!
맞는데?
Of course, Sin Won-ho.
이거 안 찍으시면 안 돼요. 제발요. 안 찍으면 안 돼요. 이거 안 찍으면 안 될까?
잠깐 제가 얘기할게요. 하겠습니다. 제가 얘기 좀 할게요. 죄송합니다. 미쳤다.
얘보다 내가 못하는 것도 아닌데.
아니 니 얘보다 춤 잘 추냐고.
춤
얘보다
안
얼굴
추잖아요.
잘생겼냐고.
뭐가 잘났다고.
왜? 돌박잖아.
아픈데 미안하다. 아 뭐야? 아 뭐야? 아.
They're so
Oh my
mean.
gosh.
They're so cruel.
I know. Why would they do that to him?
리얼하게 너가 데뷔야.
저는 우리 팀 솔직히 질 것 같아요. 약간 이런 식으로.
근데 내가 듣고 있다가 너한테 쌍욕을 할게.
아, 좋아.
Go on. Should be in every drama.
Right? So good.
얘들아 밥배들이야.
숨 안 쉬어. 깜짝 놀랐잖아요. 아, 건이 형이 내가 아는 건이 형이 이럴 리가 없는데. 아, 깜짝 놀랐어요, 진짜. 다 알고 있던 거잖아요, 지금.
아, 진짜.
진짜 놀랐네, 깜짝
놀랐어.
공격할 때.
엄청 아팠지.
IM 이겨야지, IM. 이기자.
아예 이겨야지.
이기자.
네. 이길 수 있어.
아, 무조건 이겨야 돼. 어떻게 보면 IM이 윤호의 라이벌이잖아요. 나이도 똑같고 랩 포지션도 같고. 그래서 윤호가 요즘 많이 의기소침해 있더라고요.
좀 웃고 옛날처럼 좀 장난도 치고 좀 했으면 좋겠어가지고 저희들끼리 좀 얘기를 준비했거든요.
다행히 그래도 끝나고.
Oh, make him laugh so you prank him.
Right? Like we used to, so this is a regular occurrence.
윤호 무조건 이기게 하고 싶어요. 저는 걱정되는 게 있다면은 팀이 됐을 때 첫 느낌이 있거든요.
어때?
일단 순위부터가
야, 너 세 개로 팀에 처음 딱 됐을 때 이길 것 같았냐, 질 것 같았냐?
이거 질 것 같았어요.
근데 이겼잖아.
그러니까 지금 그런 얘기를 하고 싶었어요.
아, 뭔가 역전극 같은 거?
네.
야, 근데 나도 오장남 됐을 때 이길 것 같았거든.
네.
근데 지금 좀 약간 질 것 같아. 이긴 것 같아.
아, 뭔 말인지.
무슨 말인지 모르겠는데 알겠어.
그쵸?
3살 배기 얘기도 이해할 것 같아.
그 느낌이야.
아, 좋아. 좋은 느낌이네. 솔직히
two.
실력을 떠나서 IM이 들어간 팀은 사실 그렇게 유리한 팀이 아니거든. 팀을 해서 화합을 이뤄야 되는데 한 명이 삐끗하면 그 팀 무너지게 돼 있거든. IM이 딱 우리 팀에 없는 것만으로도 이겼다.
Dang.
But it also forces the other team to get to know him.
Mm-hmm.
야, 왜 이렇게 우리 기분 빠져 있는 거야, 얘들아? 화이팅 하자. 일단은 지금은 너네 둘 다 랩을 써주는 것도 좋을 것 같고, 우리 같은 경우는 아까 지영이 형이 우리한테 해보라고 했던 거 브릿지 파트를 하면 좋을 것 같아 지금.
Leader one ho.
Mm-hmm. I think he's also the oldest, right? Of that group?
Is he?
I think so.
어떻게 해드린 거지?
A lot of pressure though to just default to the oldest.
Mm-hmm. This must be so hard on Juhan.
너는 연습을 원래 했었어요? 연습생을?
네, 2년 정도.
2년 했어?
네.
나 지금 되게 솔직하게 얘기하면은 원래 니랑 아예 한마디도 안 하려고 했었어. 나는 내 거 할게, 닌 네 거 해. 이렇게 얘기하고 싶었다. 그게 형 마음이 어쨌든 같은 팀이잖아. 뭔가 서로서로의 마음이 맞아야 랩도 잘 나온다고 생각이 들어서 뭔가 지금 우리가 랩을 짜기보다는 좀 얘기를 좀 했으면 좋겠는데 나는. 너 혹시 막 들어오기 전에 데뷔 확정일 거다 뭐 이런 말 들었냐?
전혀.
난 네가 노멀씨 이거 들어온 게 약간 데뷔 확정이라 생각이 들거든. 생각을 해봐. 네가 3명이 떨어졌어. 그리고 4차전이야. 근데 네가 이제 들어왔어. 그걸 내가 느껴지기에는 무슨 뭐 데뷔 확정으로 들어온 거 같이. 솔직히 나는 그런 생각이었거든. 광지 형이 떨어졌잖아. 그리고 네가 들어왔잖아. 너무 화가 났어 진짜. 이게 뭐 하는 거야 생각했어. 광지 형은 뭐가 돼? 너는 이 안에 들어온 이상 진짜 힘들 거야.
네.
네가 그만큼 노력해야 돼. 진짜로.
But he's right though.
근데 저는 오히려 이런 말씀을 해주시는 게 저한테는 너무 고마웠어요. 그냥 형들이 그 마음의 문을 열기가 쉽지가 않았을 텐데 그냥 조금씩이라도 말 붙이는 거에 대해서
네가 노력하면 돼. 너가 이겨내야 돼 그거는.
솔직히 말씀드려서 너무 힘들고 외롭고 좀 푹받쳐 오르더라고요. 굉장히. 앞으로 내가 형들 더 다가갈 수 있는 희망이 있다. 제가 다가가면 그만큼 올 거라고 믿고 있습니다.
It just sucks that you have to.
Yeah.
이게 주제가 어려운 게 아닌데 형이 4마디 받고 내가 8마디 받았잖아. 나 그런 거에 있어서 좀 부담감이 엄청 크고.
저한테는 정말 좋은 기회고 만족스러운데 되게 막중한 임무를 가졌다고 해야 되나? 확실히 노는 모습 확실히 보여주고 싶고 잘한다는 모습 보여주고 싶어요.
많이 했어? 연습 좀 했어?
네.
오케이, 그럼 시작하지 뭐. 우리는 다 준비돼 있잖아.
예. 네.
간호금을 해보자.
네.
즐겨 브로.
준비됐어요?
예.
숨죽였던 날들을 뒤로 하고 올라갈 주연호. 여기 불려놨으니 긴장의 꼰대들 알아서 다 숙여 브로.
마지막 마디에 이제 호우나 뭐 브로우 뭐 이런 거 있잖아요.
네.
그런 거 좀 더 힘주고 좀 짧게 좀 끊어주면 이쁠 것 같아.
그리고 첫 번째 호우가
네.
따라라라라라라라라 호우 이거잖아. 그것도 브로우도 똑같이 올려줘. 얘기했잖아 임마. 왜 그래 우리 프로들끼리. 점점 올려줘.
네, 알겠습니다.
숨죽였던 날들을 뒤로 하고 올라갈 주연호. 여기 불려놨으니 긴장의 꼰대들 알아서 다 숙여 브로. 매일을 벗어놓고
Yeah.
10대 데뷔를 걸어난 또.
똑같은데? 좀만 더
올리겠습니다.
여기 불려놨으니 긴장의 꼰대들 알아서 다 숙여 브로. 매일을 벗어놓고 10대 데뷔를 걸어난 또. 이 게임 속에서는 발버둥 쳐도 내 머리 밑 쿠션 호.
쿠션 호. 올려줘.
쿠션, 네네. 머리 밑 쿠션.
다시 하겠습니다.
발버둥 쳐도 내 머리 밑 쿠션 호.
오케이, 그냥 이거 어차피 간호금이니까. 나와.
네.
샷건 들어가자. 예. 너 한 번에 할 수 있지?
I'm worried he doesn't hear the difference.
Yeah.
뭐 아니면 너 아니면 가위바위보. 그런 건 내발 성공과 하이파이브. 오 나는 너 빠르고 털 수밖에 없죠. 왜 내가 이 트랙은 내 와이파이 존.
오케이, 나오세요.
예.
수고했어.
감사합니다.
너무 빨라 너 근데.
예.
윤호는 이제 처음에 시작 4마디야. 4마디가 끝나면 바로 샷건이 4마디 엄청 타이트하게. 얘가 8마디 써왔는데 조금 무리수인 것 같아서 그렇게 됐다가 약간 이 팀 전체가 약간 망할까봐 바꿨어.
비교 당하고 싶지 않은데 사건이 형은 랩을 잘하잖아요. 그거는 오디오용이에요. 사건이 형보다 무대에서는 훨씬 멋있을 것 같아요. 그거는 진짜 장담해요. 네.
일단 그럼 션우 씨 한번 체크해 볼까요?
네.
션우 씨 세상에서 제일 섹시한 남자가 된 듯이 보입니다. 건방지게.
A little conceited too.
준다면 좋겠어 피해 나를 피해 어느 떠나 불을 켜놔 모두 배워둔다면 좋겠어 이제 나를 위해 어느 떠나 그 많은 멍청이들은 여기서 떠나줘.
지금 노래 부를 때 느낌은 좋았는데 뭐 이거는 기교 아예 없이 그냥 다 일자음이라고 생각하면 돼요.
아, 네.
지금 같은 떠나 그런 것들은 난 좋은 것 같아.
나를 위해 어느 떠나 그 많은 멍청이들은 여기서 떠나줘. 난 화려한 게
좋았어요.
난 이거 하러 가면 너보다 못할 것 같아. 어렵다 야 진짜 이거.
네.
He's so serious.
아티스트 분들이랑 같이 녹음을 한 거는 저한테는 처음이어서 부담감이 좀 있었던 것 같아요.
가볼게요.
생각 없진 않고
랩하는 애들이 잘하네.
이거 힘을 좀 더 줘야 될 것 같고요.
네.
음정을 좀 잘 맞춰줘야 될 것 같아요.
네.
음정도 음정이고 한 글자 한 글자를 조금 세게 불러야 될 것 같아.
네.
민영이 너 여기서 하는 얘기 들었지?
네.
그거 잘 참고하고.
네, 한번 불러볼게요.
보다는 더 잘하지 묻지마 적당한지 알잖아 더 원하지 먼저.
That is not in his range.
No.
됐어요. 일단 나와봐요. 이걸 어떻게 해야 되지? 박자를 좀 어렵게 짰나 내가?
사실 안 온다는 게 이상할 만큼 못했거든요. 많이 조금 위축돼 있었던 것 같아요. 그래서 원래 하던 것도 잘 못하고.
듣기로만 접하고 불러보지는 못했던 장르여가지고 되게 소화하기가 좀 어려웠었던 것 같아요.
네, 이 음악이 솔직히 말해서 어렵기도 해요. 제가 멋있게 만들려고 막 애를 많이 썼는데 이 친구들을 위해서 쉽게 해줄 생각은 없고요. 이 친구들이 발전하려면 이렇게 해서 어려운 것도 해낼 수 있어야 된다고 생각하거든요. 샷건 씨는 오늘 제일 잘한 것 같아요. 뭐 박자가 빠른 거 말고는 연습을 좀 더 하면 될 것 같고 다른 분들은 박자하고 발음이 좀 많이 모자르게 들려요. 그러니까 그거 집중적으로 익숙해질 때까지 많이 들으시고 하면 될 것 같아요.
많이 좋아졌어.
일단 지켜본 바 녹음을 해보고 그래서 그 다음에 모니터를 한번 1차적으로 해보고 줄일 사람들 부분을 좀 쳐낼 거야.
Jesus!
Right?
그래서 녹음을 오늘 좀 열심히 잘 해줬으면 좋겠어.
빨리빨리 다 해서 가이드해서 들어옵시다.
얍. 1이나 큰 일이나 일이나 다 일어나 느낌이 와 미친 거를 나.
잘하는데? 잘해. 나도 잘하는데.
몇 번의 성공과 몇 번의 기회들이 만들어 놓는 내 자신의 걸뭘 물어봤어 왜 I'm not a whack 되고 있잖아 내 왼쪽 가슴
나오시면 될 것 같습니다.
감사합니다.
네, 잘했어요.
예.
Such a natural. My gosh.
앨범 내는 걸로.
No pressure to anyone else.
I know.
내면 될 것 같은데. 너무 잘해. 톤이 잡혀 있어. 그냥 뭘 해도 잘할 것 같은 톤이야.
내 실수를 기대하지.
내면 될 것 같은데 이거.
왜 그러세요?
진짜로.
내 실수를 기대하지.
녹음해도 될 것 같은데?
네, 수고하셨습니다.
Has to follow up to Junhwan.
보자. 네.
Wait a minute 누구에게 no man 갑툭 토이가 내쳐진 상의 무대 하나로 재부팅 에이 내 실수를 기대하지 이런 관심 내 기회야 왈가왈부 내 스타일이 아니야.
Wait a minute 끝에 이렇게 올리는 게 지금 되게 이상하게 별로 안 멋있게 들리거든?
네.
그 미니 끝에 억양을 다르게 좀 뱉어줘.
네, 알겠습니다.
다시 해볼게.
Wait a minute 누구에게 no man
다시 할게.
네.
Wait a minute, 누구에게 No.MERCY.
다시 할게.
네.
이거 있잖아. 리듬 이렇게 타는 거. 네가 되게 멋없게 지금 타고 있거든.
네.
그리고 발음을 안 흘리는 게 더 좋을 것 같은데.
알겠습니다.
Wait a minute, 누구에게 No.MERCY. 갑툭 토이가 내 첫인상의 무대 하나로 재부팅. Hey, 내 실수를.
다음 누구 하지?
원호 갑시다. 원호.
우리가 중심이 되어 관객을 섭외 넌 자존심 빼어 매일 아파하게 날 우리가 중심이
이게
되어
어느 정도 하는 거야? 난 노래를 잘 몰라서.
이거요? 아예 못하는 거죠?
그래.
네가 있는 곳은 영 아니잖아 네가 있는 곳은 영 아니잖아
원호야. 이렇게 하는 그냥 안 하는 게 나아. 이거 형이 어제부터 준비하라고 했잖아.
Oh my gosh.
그건 변명이고 내가 봤을 때는 길이 거 멜로디 할 수 있어 지금? 길이 멜로디도 몰라 지금?
네 이거 연습해야 될 것 같아요.
연습해야 될 것 같아요? 야, 너 말고도 이거 다 지금 고생한데 야 이거 4마디밖에 안 되는데 좀 야 열받는다 이거 솔직히.
Oh my gosh.
이거 저 뭐야 나가서 길이 거 연습해라.
네.
우리가 중심이 되어 함께 웃어야지 넌 자존심이 배어 중간에 내게로 필요가 있어 그지
오늘 어떡하지 진짜? 이거 어떻게 정리해야 되지?
곡을 좋게 나오는 게 맞으니까 내 생각에는 모든 애들을 여기 참여시킬 필요는 없다고 생각하고 나는.
와우.
지금 이 곡 만드는 과정도 그냥 오디션의 한 과정이라고 생각하고 못하는 애들은 그냥 쳐내는 게 난 나을 것 같아. 어찌됐든 멋있는 제대로 된 좀 좋은 퀄리티의 곡을 만들어내야 되고 이렇게 되면 다 같이 멋없어지는 거죠.
I mean, it can't really do that, right? It doesn't work for the show.
총 곡이 3번 나오잖아요.
Doesn't make sense.
다 형원이가 앞에를 불러요. 곡 분위기 자체가 생각하지 않고 여기가 형원이랑 어울려서 그 다음에 나머지가 여기를 내가 가고 그 다음에 마지막에는 너가 낮게 부르고 내가 옥타브를 높여서 부르고 이렇게.
그럼 일단 민혁이랑 나랑 그 뒤에 멜로디
그거를 숙지를 해야
되는 게 제일 그 시급한 거네.
그치. 카메라 없다 생각하고 그냥 우리가 연습해야 되니까 지금 시간이 없어.
급해 지금 우리.
생각 없진 않고 생각 안 할 뿐이지 간단해 가만은 후회 없이 사는 내가 어찌 보일지 신경 안 쓰지
이걸 그치?
내가 어찌 보일지 신경 안 쓰지
이걸 그치?
여기 불려놨으니 긴장해 꼰대들 알아서 다 쑥
Bro! 약간 이렇게 쳐줄까? 약간 이 분위기 살.
그게 나은 것 같아. 매일을 벗어놓고 10대 데뷔를 걸어놨도 이 게임 속에서 너 발버둥 쳐도 내 머리 밑 쿠션
괜찮은 것 같아.
처음 해봤는데 박자도 못 맞추고
Still not taking that word up.
되고.
전체적으로 다 어려워한 점들이 있었던 것 같아요. 한 명씩.
번에 성공 건 몇 번에 I'm sorry 여러분 일이지만 난 영해 감탄사 빵빵 터뜨리고만 해 Oh man 정신없이 떠지는 느낌의 K.O. 되고
That pen.
Right?
What the hell?
내가 너 파트 때 아이엠 성우밖에 시방 그럼 그거밖에 없어? 일단 그냥 더블이죠?
그래 시방 서건 멀지 않았으니까 시방 성만 고동방석에 앉을
보라는 나를 대표해 사장님과 세대 중간 투입에게 고생 후에
Hands up
랩도 막 푸아파와 하고 있을 때 이제 보컬로 약간 애들이 빵 위쳐줄 수 있는. 어차피 코러스나 이런 거 안 쌓고 우리는 다 MR 없이 가는 거니까.
진짜 이겼으면 좋겠다.
Gosh, live audience.
They redistribute the parts? I feel like we don't know enough.
Right?
야, 현우가 알아서 파이팅하고 나가자.
댄스로 또 한번 표현해 주세요.
턴 딱 돌고 파이팅 딱 한번 해주세요.
파이팅! 파이팅!
야, 갑자기 최대가 됐어.
파이팅!
갑자기 최대분이 됐어.
우리 어때? 이길 것 같아?
저 이기는 거 아니에요?
우리
그냥
다른
그 저작권 지분은 어떻게 나눌까? 저작권 어떻게 할까?
내가 장난이 해놨는데 이길 줄 알고. 말해줘.
하나, 둘, 셋.
파이팅!
Let's go.
Let's go!
Hearts dropping.
진짜 너무 깜짝 놀랐어요. 주헌이가 너무 많아가지고.
Oh.
This cute little face.
항상 쏘고 나니까 진짜 가슴이 끓었어 그때부터.
저를 처음 알릴 수 있는 기회다 보니까 확실히 보여주고 싶어요.
I mean, he's the only one who doesn't have a sign out there, probably. Ugh. Hyungwon should be illegal. I still can't believe he's a real person sometimes, and this is one of those times.
Yeah.
사람들이 온 건 처음이라 신기하기도 하고 좀 자신감이 더 올라갔던 것 같아요. 닭살도 보되게 막 꿈꾸는 것 같고 그랬던 것 같아요.
모든 동작 하나하나에 화놓으니까 그게 적응이 안 됐어요. 처음 느껴보는 느낌.
That girl was screaming Joohyun. I saw her lips.
자, 그럼 이제 연습생들의 무자비한 데뷔 전쟁 노멀시 최강의 아티스트들과 함께하는 4차 데뷔 미션 이제 본격적으로 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다.
재밌겠다. 기대된다.
무대에서 빨리 서고 싶어요.
사 4차 데뷔 미션 승리팀은 최종 탈락자는
God damn it, I know that Shonu's on the losing team again. I just know it.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, I actually did a lot better than I thought I would. I got very teared up twice, but I didn't actually cry because I assume I'll do that next episode when people are mean to him in the crowd or the judges. Honestly, usually when I cry, it's because the judges did something.
Yeah. Ugh. All right. So both sides, like, you kind of feel for them, you know, like, well, not kind of, you do feel for them, you know, because you have Chen Kyun coming in and all the guys are like, what the hell? We've been through like hell and back, you know, with all these different missions, and all of a sudden you show up for the last one. What? You know?
Yeah.
And then, like, for Chen Kyun's positioning, like, okay, so Monbebe, like, they wrote in the comments, they said that for him, like, he literally got signed the day of, you know, as a trainee, and no awareness that, like, he had no idea that he was gonna have dinner with, or meet the guys, you know, at dinner.
Yeah.
So, like, it's just no heads up or anything. So, I mean, like, he's put in a very awkward position, you know?
The guys are blindsided, but he is too.
Yeah, so it's
And then,
both sides.
like, how we both freaked out. It was like, K-Will should have stayed for at least 10 minutes. Like, and that's just common courtesy.
Yeah, just to be the buffer for a little bit, you know?
I mean, I get why they did it for TV, but, like, I just feel like you can see I am just like, he's like a turtle pulling his head in.
Yeah. You could tell he's like very, very hurt, you know, because, like, the guys don't want to welcome him, you know?
Yeah. And he's not even mad at them for it because he's watched the show.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean he doesn't feel terrible. I mean, I always think, correct me if I'm wrong, introvert, but I always think of introverts as being very, very empathetic and aware of other people's feelings. And, you know, imagine walking into 9 other people who obviously hate you immediately.
Yeah.
And you're like, in your head, you're like, it's cool, we'll go to the dorm and it'll be fine. And then it's not fine. I mean, we just saw the edited version. For all we know, that went on for hours.
Yeah. And it's just so hard, like, watching the episode, you know, because it's like, you want both of them, like, both sides to be, like, understanding of each other, but it's kind of hard not to, you know, because they both sides want to debut so badly, you know.
And I get that some of the guys, when they're saying, I won't talk to him, I don't want to talk to him, that's a loyalty thing, right? Like, they feel like they're hurting their friends by giving him a chance. And yet, like, he's there. What can you do? You have to work with him.
Yeah.
You know, by not giving him a chance, they're hurting him.
Yeah. And
just sucks.
Yeah. It's just, he was just put in a really, really horrible situation, you know? And I love Juhan, you know, like, he was really frank and honest with him, and he was like, did they promise you, you know, that you're going to debut? Because it looks like you're going to debut if you're coming in towards the tail end. And of course, Chen Kyun, he doesn't know, you know, he doesn't know what's going on, you know? He's like, no, never, of course not, you know? And so...
And it's not like, I did like that Juhan asked if he'd been a trainee before. So it's like, yeah, they didn't just pick this guy off the street. It's not his first day at the rodeo, but it's his first day at this rodeo. And, you know, it sucks. I also feel like, in a weird way, even though I'm sure it was the last thing Chen Kyun wanted to do, we all know Juhan is a big softie.
Yeah.
And I feel like when he saw how upset he was like, look, we have to be a team. We're going to work together. You just have to kill it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Juhan likes to see anyone in pain.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't.
He can, unfortunately, it sucks because it's like, I.M has to be more vulnerable than he'd like to be. And I understood why the guys were like, you know, unless he comes to us, I'm not talking to him. But at the same time, it's like, what? Why should he have to do all the work?
Yeah.
He's in the same position you guys are in.
Yeah, a friendship is a two-way street. You know?
And he's a goddamn introvert. They don't come up to you first. I don't know. It just feels like a catch-22. You know what I mean? Like the guys are like, I'm only going to talk to him if he talks to me first. And he's like, they hate me. I shouldn't talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
It's just so, I mean, it's in the title, I know, but it's so cruel. It's just like, I mean, I.M's what, 20?
He's 20, yeah. So, I mean...
And he's very aware this is being filmed.
Yeah.
The guys are talking shit right in front of him.
Yeah.
Or in the other room. I mean, even though it was nice of Shonu to be like, hey, you got to go tell him where to sleep. It was still kind of rude because he didn't want to tell him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, at least he wanted to make sure somebody did, but...
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not dealing with that, but you're going to deal with it. You're the youngest. You deal with it.
Yeah. Shoni's like, well, he's pretty much the same age as you. So Saquon, you go talk to him kind of thing, you know? And it's not like you could defy your youngs, you know? Like they're older. There's like that
there's a pecking order.
Yeah. The total pecking order, you know?
Yeah. And that's how people like Shonu and Wonho are able to just get up and leave.
Yeah.
And actually, I thought it was smart of Kihan, who was like, come sit with us in the living room.
Yeah.
It's like, unfortunately, you're the outsider, but you can't not be with us. Like, it only makes it worse.
Yeah.
Don't stay in the bedroom. Come sit with us in the living room. Yeah, no one's going to talk to you, but you need to be seen. You're here. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I mean, he is under so much pressure.
Yeah.
And even if the rest of the guys are convinced that he's going to debut, I'm sure in his head, he's just like, great, this is a PR stunt and they're going to boot me after 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. This episode was really hard to watch because, you know, the guys that we see now, like, all love him, they cherish him, they love the magnet, you know, it's just like, ugh.
And you said it before we started, part of this is going to be editing, you know, part of this, for all we know, all those comments were said in the first 2 hours after he showed up.
Yeah.
But they spread it out to make it seem like it's kind of like an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
And like you said, they have a right to be pissed. It's just, he didn't do anything wrong.
No, he definitely didn't do anything wrong. If anything, it's the show that did him dirty, you know? The show, the agency that would allow it, you know? Like, why would you put someone through hell like that, you know, knowing that he's coming in for the last mission, and this is clearly for television, you know, like this is, like you said, it's a PR stunt, you know, and
this would be hard enough on your average day, but again, I can't help thinking, you know, this is going to be filmed, that it's going to be nationally televised. Your parents are going to see this. Your siblings are going to see this. Your friend from elementary school is going to see this. Your ex-girlfriend who hates you is going to see this.
Yeah.
Like, it's like literally everyone in the nation is going to hate you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're coming in as like a villain, you know? And so, and all he wants to do is debut too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's there after the same dream they are all there for.
Yeah.
And just because he's only been training for 2 years, I bet you, just like Juhan, he's been rapping for a lot longer. You know, this isn't something he just decided to do on a whim.
Yeah. So we'll get to his what's happening in current day, you know, like I kind of want to touch on like him not renewing his contract with Starship.
Fast forward 7 years.
Yeah, but we're gonna do a pause on that so we could continue to talk about more on like the episode. Like, I felt really, really badly for Chinkyun when it was his turn. You know, like Juhan
With the artist.
Yeah, you know, he was amazing, of course, because he is.
He's recorded songs before.
Yeah.
He's featured on other artist tracks, including one of the guys in the room. We don't know if Chinkyun's done that.
Yeah.
They don't give us that background.
Yeah. And
for all we know, he hasn't. Look at Kyungwon hadn't.
Yeah. Yeah. They were so hard on him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's
And I understand, like, they told him to fix something and he did it the same, like 1 or 2 times, but at least he heard it. You could hear him go, shit, okay, sorry, shit, okay, all right. And then he changed it. Like, obviously, of course, you're practicing a lot, right? So when you practice a lot and you practice something the way they don't like it, it's hard to like reverse that a little bit. But the other thing about the business is you have to take direction and you have to take it right away.
Yeah.
But I think like what you're saying, I mean, he's freaked out. He's, you know, that he just heard them saying Juhan's the best, that he's better than them.
Yeah.
That he should have already debuted.
Yeah.
I mean, if you weren't nervous before,
it's like
what are you supposed to do now?
I mean, I wish that they put him first, you know, like
I do too.
Yeah.
It seems, I mean, obviously, again, production
yeah.
deliberately put number 1 first so that it would freak not just him, but everyone out.
Yeah.
And I mean, what about poor Won Ho?
Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty bad.
I was feeling bad for him because I didn't hear them giving him any notes, just saying it sucked. And again, criticism and constructive criticism, 2 very different things.
Yeah. And for him, he had to like take it all in. Like, okay.
Yeah. I feel like he's more of a processor. He needs a little more time.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And so they pretty much kicked him out and said like, go practice.
Go learn the other part.
Yeah. Which is, and the look on his face, you know, of course he would take that hard, you know?
Yeah.
That's his personality, you know, like he wants to give it his all and then he does. And you pretty much kicked him to the curb, you know?
Yeah. And I feel like, at least in this juncture of his life, Won Ho's nerves do get the better of him. He'll get a little pitchy or he'll lose a little breath. But I feel like if you just let him sing it 2 or 3 times, he's fine.
Yeah.
It's just, he's not most people are not Juhan.
Yeah.
Most people do not do 1 take and walk out.
Yeah.
They just don't. Professionals don't. Yeah. So again, to hold everyone to that standard is like ridiculous.
Yeah. Ugh.
You know, you have to give people a chance to loosen up, to feel easy. It's hard to sing your best when everyone's judging you and not encouraging you. Like, it would really only take a few words to be like, oh, could you switch this up? Maybe go down on that bit. All right, try it again. It's not quite right. You know, put a little more flair in or make it happier or something. Like, I felt like they were just like, your part sucks. Did you learn the other part? You didn't? Go learn it. Maybe you won't suck as bad on that.
Yeah, and to say like, oh, I'm pissed off and stuff like that, like, how's that helpful? You know?
I mean,
like,
unless we didn't see him do 1,000,000 takes, I was kind of like shocked.
Yeah. I mean, I was, because I was like, that's not helpful, you know?
And we didn't even see some of the other guys. So I was like, how come we didn't get to see like Gihan or, sorry guys, Big Ears. What's Big Ears' name? Saquon?
Saquon.
What's his name?
Saquon.
Okay, yeah. We didn't even get to see them do it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like they set Yuhan up to fail.
Yeah.
They knew Gun would be better, and they still were like, we're going to give you the most lines to see if you can do it. And then they were like, oh, you can't.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Ugh.
Like, if you're going to give it to him, then you need to help him get there.
I don't understand. Like, they want to win, right? You know, it's
Yeah.
just like, why? If you,
I assume you can't win if you cut someone completely out. Like,
yeah,
the whole group needs to be a part of it, right? It's teamwork.
yes, yeah. Why would you cut
Why would you even
someone out?
say that?
Yeah,
Except to scare them.
yeah. And why would you use scare tactics like that? I mean, are you trying to think like, oh, the more scared that they are, then they're gonna try harder? They're trying their best right now, you know? And using scare tactics isn't the best route. It really isn't. It doesn't bring out the full potential in people.
Yeah, and I get that, like I said, even in the title, they tell you it's going to be cruel, whatever. That's not how real mentorship works. They've set this up like it's going to be a mentor program, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's like, why aren't you a professional artist already? I haven't debuted. But they already expect them to be like they're 3 albums in and winning on music shows.
Yeah.
I feel like they're giving them an unrealistic expectation and then getting upset when they don't meet it. But
yeah,
I don't know. I just and like I did think that Shonu's rhythm was off. I honestly don't think that melody's cute. We'll have to wait and see. But I was like, if that's the hook, it's not good.
Yeah, I felt like it didn't go.
It was going too fast. I just
Yeah.
felt like his rhythm was off, and I was blaming the songwriting, honestly, because I love Shonu.
Yeah, of course.
And when that one guy's like, "Oh, I made it too hard for them. Oh, well, they have to catch up." Like, I'm not saying that what he's saying is wrong. Yes, you should do harder things to, improve. But why are you making Minhyuk sing in a key he can't?
Yeah.
Why are you asking Shonu to sing the highest part?
Yeah. When it clearly should have been switched.
Yes. Yes. It's like they're not making the best decisions for their team, I don't feel.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I'm sure at some point each producer, like asked them to sing something to know the ranges, right? But it wasn't shown. So it just doesn't make sense to me,
How come the rapper who has done the worst gets the most lines, but the vocalist who hasn't been featured enough gets the least?
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem fair.
No.
I mean, I know this show's not fair. Life's not fair. But it's very, you can tell that there's parts where they're like, oh, we want to see more of this guy. Oh, we don't care about this guy.
Yeah. And it seemed like they're like, okay, let's make Yunho like write more lines or be part of it more because we haven't heard much from him,
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to go about that route, like towards like you want to win, right? Like, again, you want to win, right? Like, you should look at everyone's strengths and weaknesses, and then go from there,
Yeah, because like I say, if you're gonna do it that way, then you should do it with the vocalist that way too.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
No.
I don't know. I'm very conflicted about all of this. I
don't like
I
it.
think it's weird the way they're doing it. Like, I thought it was going to be different with the professionals. Like,
no,
it's kind of annoying that Mad Clown just talks about royalties all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I know who won't get paid. The trainees.
Of course not. They won't. They're not. It's all gratis.
Yeah. So I don't know. And then again, they're there in the, they're going to do their presentation, their showcase in front of fans. Everybody has signs up for all the guys. And Changkyun's like, everyone's like, who's that?
Yeah.
He's just like, the people must think he's like a random stage member or an extra.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any support from the guys, and he doesn't have any support there.
Yeah.
In the audience.
Zero support.
And yet he
support.
needs to beat Juhan.
Yeah. And zero support, not even from the producers or songwriters, like even from them, they're negative on him too, you know? So I mean, like, well, except Mad Clown saying, like, I don't know what he has against like Sharp Gun, but like he
hates him.
Like, he does not like his rap flow whatsoever
At all.
It's just like, could you imagine though, like, if Sharp Gun was on Mad Clown's team?
I know. I assume that they didn't put him on there on purpose. I assume Mad Clown was like, I won't have him.
Yeah.
Which is effed up.
I mean, which is interesting as well, because that would have been very interesting for television, but why would you do that to
you wouldn't do
a
that to an
joke?
artist that you
Yeah.
actually want to keep on around.
Yeah, an established artist, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it, but still.
I mean,
also,
and the guys on Yuho's team, he was like, I don't remember your rap. So you get 8 bars and Gun, you get 4. What?
that makes no sense.
That I thought that was the weirdest intro to that. I was like, well, what?
Yeah.
You're very unmemorable. I'll give you the most lines.
Again.
TV.
Again. Yes, television. And again, don't you want your team to win? You know,
Yeah.
like, at least if you don't remember how he raps, aren't you gonna ask him to rap?
Yeah, make him get up and do it right there.
Yeah, right then and there. Like, why are you winging this? You know, like, don't you want to win? You know, so I mean,
Well, and like you said, they must have at least like heard tapes. You know, they must have had like some sort of more than just that one performance.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, the whole thing
It's
is
just-
it's all sketch. You know?
It's
very suspect. You know?
frustrating, and it's like just demoralizing. I don't see how anyone could watch this and not feel sympathetic towards IM. And yet I can see how, if you've been following the show and you know all these other guys, of course you're going to, again, loyalty, you're going to take their side. You've known them longer.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's done anything. It's just they don't like him. So now I can't like him.
Yeah, because like now you follow the show, you know, and you feel the same feelings. I mean, like, well, you feel the same feelings as the other members, you know, and it's like,
You've already got your favorite.
Yeah, but by the end of the season, like,
This is
everyone knows.
episode 8.
Yeah, yeah.
You already have a guy that you're like, he has to make it.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
my number 1 and he has to make the team.
Yeah, you already have someone you're rooting for already.
Mhm.
I mean, 1 or 2 or 3, you know, or you have like a team in mind already that you want.
You at least have like a top few. Yeah.
Yeah, to debut. And then you see this guy that just comes in out of like nowhere, really, you know, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to hate this guy too.
Right.
know?
And your top 3 guys are like, what the hell? And you're like, yeah, what the hell?
So not only do you not have the support of the people around you, you don't have the support of potential fans, you know, that like
The audience is predisposed to
Yeah.
not like you.
yeah, you know, so you're completely vilified, you know,
Yeah.
which is so unfair, you know. I mean, of
I
course,
feel like K Will set this all up. Because he's the real villain. He was like, I'm tired of people being mad at me. Let's bring in someone else for them to be mad at. Can we also talk about how Chankyoon's like a baby?
Yeah, he's a
He's
total
got like
baby.
these huge little chipmunk cheeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
I
so
know.
cute.
Yeah. But
sad chipmunk.
Yeah, it's all disappointing. It's just really sad seeing him like really upset too. Like both sides being very upset, you know?
Yeah, because their emotions aren't fake on either side.
Yeah. Yeah.
The situation they're in is sketch and, you know, a setup, but it doesn't stop them from feeling how they're really feeling.
Yeah.
Even if it's only, you know, temporary hatred or, you know, whatever. It's still happening in real time and it's still affecting both sides.
I mean, even like Yoonho, he's like, I gotta be I am, because he's the same
Yeah.
age as me, and
He's a rapper. And
he's a rapper too, and I just have to be him.
I get it. That's what this show is all about. But it's just so harsh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, again, maybe, this is before maybe people realize that tough love isn't always the best love.
Yeah.
It's not suitable for all things.
Yeah.
And just because there is someone better out there, they're not on the show.
Yeah.
So you should make the best of what you have.
Mhm.
There's always going to be someone who's better looking or more talented or knows more people or has more money. Like, that's a given.
Yeah.
But this is the team you have. You kind of have to embrace it. That's what I'm really hoping. That's why I was mad that I was like, why are we already at the performance? We haven't seen a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that I would expect to see, especially with Chang Kyun's group.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how they chose the groups, quite honestly.
Yeah, we didn't. I wish they would tell us, like, are they just picking out of a hat?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I assume the producers are doing it.
Yeah.
But I wish they would give us, like, some sort of rationale for it.
And not only that, like the team with like Kyungwon and that team, like they kept saying like, oh, we don't like we're in a bad position because like we all have like the lower numbers,
Yeah. Yeah. Why'd they decide to put all 1 and 2 on the same team? That seems weird.
Yeah. Why? I don't know. I don't know what the rationale is, but then like for them to keep saying that too, multiple times, like.
And again, you realize all the guys are numbered, but not Changkyun.
Yeah.
Which again just makes him other. It just makes it must not feel like he's really a part of it. I bet you that's another reason why Joohan's like, so you're 100% in?
Yeah.
You don't have a number.
Yeah. Because they're only allowed to be called by the number instead of their names.
And he's only going to be rated once, and it's do you get to debut or do you not?
Yeah.
That is insane, and that would make other people hate him even more.
So so basically he has one shot.
At least the other guys got 4.
Yeah, and with the other guys, they had an opportunity to show growth.
Look at Wonho.
Yeah, Wonho's a prime. Yeah, that's where I was leaning at. Like Wonho's a prime example because like he was close to the bottom, and now he rose to the top, like to number 2.
And if he'd only had one shot,
yeah, he wouldn't have made it, the first time around. So
I also thought they glossed over their new numbers real quick.
Oh yeah,
real quick. Actually, can I find that in here? I bet you I can.
Yeah.
Here it is. Oh.
2위. 잘했어.
Again, they're doing all this while their friend is packing and leaving on his own, which they don't know.
Yeah.
Another terrible thing production is doing to them.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't even really go around the full table. Why did we get to see Yoonho and we didn't get to see Kihyun?
Yeah.
Why is Minhyuk still number 9?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Why is Hyungwon number 7? How is Yoonho above both of them?
Yeah. And they don't really explain it.
No, we have no idea how they came up with these numbers.
Yeah.
And Shonu has slipped every week. Every challenge, Shonu slips down a number.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about demoralizing. I'm sure he's also feeling like crap.
Yeah, because he started off as like number 1 and everyone like praised him and he keeps slipping,
Yeah.
And it's not to say that he's not doing well, because I feel like he's doing really well, Like we even saw his like leadership, you know?
Mhm.
And he proved himself to be a great leader, even though he blamed himself.
I understand why Wonho got number 2 because he led the winning team.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's like you said, like who comes up with like who decided? And you see how they are prominently featuring 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's like and the other guys.
Yeah.
I almost feel at this point that maybe they thought it might be like a 5-person group.
Yeah.
Like they were just gonna slide Chinkyun in and get rid of the rest of these guys.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm really interested to see how they decide to keep who they keep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very glad they did. I can't imagine the band without them. I'm just saying, based on what we've seen, I'm having a hard time figuring out why they made it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not that the prank isn't whatever, but they spent a lot of time on it. That's another reason why I feel like Shonu's group is going to lose again.
Yeah.
We don't see them rehearsing and stuff. We just see that.
Yeah. Ugh.
I just think it doesn't bode well. Doesn't bode well.
Yeah. It doesn't.
I feel like Yuho's next. We've seen a lot of him this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss of death.
Yeah. Yeah. Yunho and Sakwon. Because Sakwon did like have to like talk to Jin-kyun and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
But definitely, yeah, you're right. I feel like Yunho is next. Or
Very
even,
much so.
Or even Sharp Gun.
Yeah. I haven't read the spoilers, but I know, that he leaves suddenly. I feel like they're setting it up for Yunho, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's like something else going on in Sharp Gun's personal life where he has to bounce.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to be like, I hate these ratings, but I do hate these ratings. I hate them so much.
Yeah.
I just hate them.
Yeah, of course. Ugh.
It just sucks because it's an episode where you feel terrible for everyone, but you're also kind of mad at everyone. But like, it's, you can understand why, but you're still like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all really young too.
They are.
I can't expect them to act like they would now or like they would, even 2 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks. No wonder people are constantly bringing it up.
Yeah.
Because they have all these clips on tape of them being like, I won't talk to him. I don't like him. I'm not even going to try to like him.
Yeah. Ugh. And they're clearly not like that anymore.
No.
Like they love each other. Like
honestly, they're not like that to most people all the time. This
Yeah.
was a setup.
Yeah. A terrible
I don't think of
setup.
these guys saying that kind of stuff at all. What did I say? I was like, Wonho's being extra savage. What's happening? I don't think of him as being like that at all.
No. He's a total
He's pissed
sweetheart.
off.
Yeah, he's upset. Mm-hmm.
He's upset, and he's probably stopping himself from saying something worse.
Yeah.
It just sucks because, like, I'm sure that's not a side of themselves they want out there either. It's like you said, it's not who they are.
Yeah.
It's who they are in this moment.
Yeah. All right. I think we fleshed out this episode. Sort of. So, yeah, so I want to touch about like I am, and him leaving Starship. So after watching this episode, they put him through a lot of crap, like this is pure crap for him.
Literally day one with the company.
Yeah. And we saw his expressions, that's genuine. He felt lonely, like he felt a one-man island. Now, on your first day of work, like no one should ever feel like that, you know? It's like you said, it's very demoralizing, you know?
Normally it would be passive aggressive, but in this case it's aggressive.
It's
He can literally hear them talking shit about him.
Yeah.
At the table, Minhyuk says, I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I can't eat anymore.
Yeah,
Lost
I
my
think I'm sick.
appetite. Like, I'm sorry, we can't welcome you. You know, I mean,
I mean, you wouldn't expect that on your first day at work anywhere.
yeah,
Cold shoulder, maybe, but this
Yeah.
is hot shoulder.
Yeah, this
is angry shoulder.
This is all the guys are already emotional because Min Kyun had to leave the show. They were all heartbroken from it.
They've known him for obviously at least a couple of years.
Yeah, or even not like they stayed together.
They
for
lived together.
weeks.
Yeah,
for this show, and they bonded with him, you know, and knowing the fact that he was still around but didn't know that he was like cleaning up the living room and clearing out his stuff. I mean, it was really tough on both sides. I know we keep saying that, but it's true, you know?
Yeah.
But then coming in as a new guy, you know, like how can you not forget this moment? You know, like
This is your introduction to your new company.
Yeah.
This is your welcome dinner.
Yeah. And so you're basically coming in in a really bad situation where like you had no idea that you're going to meet these other trainees and then all of a sudden you're on this show, you know. It's like it's a moment that he can't forget, you know. And I could see why, like one of the moments where he's like I was young, you know. I was young.
They used him.
They definitely used him for ratings. They used him like they had no regard to his feelings. And fast forward 7 years, I mean, I'm sure it haunts him until this day, you know, like it's
still being brought up in interviews.
Yeah, you know,
7 years later. I mean,
it's like people can't forget it, you know. And now, you know, like he's been through the ringer already, you know, joining the show late. Now he's being in the ringer again, you know, for choosing a different path than the other guys, meaning splitting from Starship, you know. So, and he's going through hell again because like the comments on Twitter, social media is like a double-edged sword. It could be a total blessing, but then at the same time, it could be a total like stab to your eye, you know, like
people have a tendency to be exceptionally cruel when they never have to see you and look you in the eye. They say stuff on social media they would never say to your face.
And so I'm like really upset about it because it's like, don't even call yourself a Monbebe, you know, like if you cannot support Chang Kyun on
who has said over and over again that he's still part of Monsta X, that he will always be part of Monsta X, that he'll be in all the comebacks. Like, he's not leaving the band, he's leaving the agency.
He's leaving the agency, and I feel like people don't understand the difference for that, you know. It doesn't mean he's leaving the band. And he even wrote a handwritten letter saying, "Hi, this is Monsta X's I am. Why would you put that adjective Monsta X in front of your name if you didn't mean it, you know?"
Yeah.
That's how he introduced himself in the letter, which I don't know, some people glossed over it. I mean, that speaks volumes to me, you know, to me.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's how he thinks of himself. That's who he is.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not leaving to become solo artist I am.
Yeah.
You know, he's leaving because he's been treated like crap since day one.
Yeah, this is day one that we just witnessed, you guys. Day one.
And you and I have talked multiple times about how I would have bought all 10 versions plus 5 jewel cases of his mini album. But was there a physical album? No.
Yeah.
Was it heavily promoted? I mean, not over here. And let's face it, Rapline is huge in international.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like he gets the respect he deserves there. And why wouldn't he want to branch out and do more? I feel like other artists want to collab with him. He's a known quantity, but I bet you when he's at Starship, he doesn't feel that way.
Yeah. And so, you know, he really has to do what's best for him, you know, and 3 of the guys, Minya, Kihyun, and Kyungwon, are going to enlist soon. So then Shonu's coming back in April 2023. That's months from now. And then you have Juwon, you know?
And those 3 guys are probably going to be enlisted by the end of the year, right?
Yes.
I mean, there might be like a 4-month dead period where it's just Rapline, which you know I love. But also...
I mean... They could defer, if I could remember correctly, because Jin from BTS. He deferred, you know, a year. So I'm thinking if he's able to defer a year, so can these guys, you know, defer.
I'm not sure, but maybe. Yeah.
Because Jin is a 92 liner, you know, so.
I think they had to get like a special dispensation for that or something. I don't know if that applies to everyone now.
Yeah.
If it does, cool, but like you said, it still means at one point more of the band will be in the military than not.
Yeah. And so and there's a age gap with Juwon and, you know, Chinkyun too, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like he has to do what's best for him. Like, he has a lot of time, you know? 1 year, I mean, think about it, 1 year of not being able to, you know, perform. I mean, like,
what are we always talking about? 2020.
Yeah.
They put out Fatal Love, Flavors of Love, All About Love, like 4 digital singles that had nothing to do with that. I mean, a year in K-pop is literally 3 mini albums, 2 full albums in different languages, and a Christmas song.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, it's not that Monsta X won't really be Monsta X while half of them are in the military.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't have to stop. And Juwon's not going to stop either. I mean, they're going to keep writing and producing and we're collabing with other people. And, you know, I feel like Chinkyun probably just wants a little more creative freedom.
I think so, yes. He definitely
I think he has a lot of stuff that we have not heard, we have not seen, because he has been told, no, this isn't our image, this isn't our brand, this isn't who you are. Guess what? He's a grown man. He gets to decide who he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, the saddest thing I thought was the thought that he probably can't live with them anymore.
Yeah.
And I know that that's a stupid little tiny thing. And also, I just said he's a grown man. He should probably get his own apartment. But it's different for these guys.
Yeah,
you know,
it's also a cultural thing too.
Yeah. You know, it's not like America where people are like, you're 18, move out, live alone.
Yeah. It's not like that. Yeah.
And you know, and these guys take care of each other.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that to me sounds like it's going to be the most difficult part.
Yeah. So now, all right, so I kind of just want to explain like how this sort of works. So I think people are under the pretense too that like, oh, you know, like he's not really part of the band anymore. That's absolutely wrong, because he is, and they work some sort of deal out, because they wouldn't perform together because they're going to perform in Seoul in September together, you guys. And they just released the 7th generation like Monbebes, recruitment, and stuff
Yep,
like
there's
that.
gonna be another fan live.
Yeah. So the only difference is that he's wherever agency he's going to go to, that agency is representing him. But then at the same time, like there's a lot of paperwork involved in here. And so it's really interesting from a contractual standpoint because I've read really, really interesting things, where yeah, people are signing with Chinkyoon, but they still don't understand contracts. They're like, everything remains exactly the same. Actually, you don't know that. Like all of the stuff is confidential.
And for
Confidential.
he already has a new agency and they haven't announced it yet, or he doesn't, and that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is all confidential. We don't know if he's going to have the same shares. We don't know any of that stuff. That's all of an assumption. We just know that the agency in Chinkyoon or in his, I'm sure, attorney, like all agreed that he's still going to be in the band, and that's all we know.
Yeah.
So
I think we'll really have to wait until they release new music to really get an idea.
Yeah, like all the activities are going to remain the same. Like they already said that like he's going to participate, like being part of the band. And it's not to say that this can't be done because it has been done, because again, Ween from Mamamoo decided she wanted a fresh start, when it came
Taeseon, 2 p.m. because he had a lot of acting to do.
Yeah, he wanted
I'm
to.
slightly concerned that it's going to happen with Rowoon and SF9.
Mm-hmm. And then also Ravi from VIX. He decided to start his own label, like in the process. So, I mean, there's like, we really don't know, but on a contractual standpoint, like, there's already something done right there where Starship and Chinkyoon's representation said, okay, you could continue with the band, but as Starship, we're not going to represent you anymore, but this agency will, and then this agency has to take care. And then there's this whole other like animal where it's like, I mean, some people are even saying that it's like an extension of his contract. Well, you don't know that either, like
all we know is that his representation and the agency have come to terms over his participation in Monsta X.
Yeah,
that's literally all we know.
That's all we know, unless you have a contract in front of your face.
You can't know.
It's all speculation right now. Like all you need to know that it has been done before. Don't freak out. He's gonna. It
doesn't mean he'll be less involved. It doesn't mean he'll write less. It doesn't mean he'll have less lines. That's not how it works.
Yeah, that's definitely not how it works at all. So, yeah, don't panic.
Don't panic.
Don't panic.
I know we seem really glum, but this is actually, good news.
Yeah.
He's still in Monsta X.
I mean, I guess for me, what's frustrating for me to hear all of this is because, like, I mean, I deal with contracts a lot, and so it's like, I know some people are trying to calm other people down, but like, don't even say that either. That like everything's gonna remain the same in term, like he's gonna have the same share. How do you know that? Like how?
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to me, like hearing all the different like perspectives on this. But one thing's for sure is that like, if you truly love this band, you will support them in whatever they do. you know. So even if they wanted to disband, he should be happy for them because that's their decision. But of course, thank God they didn't, you know.
Yes.
So
We were prepared for the worst. Guys, this
yeah.
is not the worst.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse. We should be
Yeah.
happy and grateful. And yeah, if you're concerned about, like, let's say future variety shows, he's a part of Monsta X. His representatives will be in the room when Starship's in the room hammering out those contracts.
Yeah.
You know, he's not going to be left out of anything because they've already agreed that he'll still be in it.
And I'm pretty sure, I mean, you know, like they already said that he's going to participate. So at least we know to that extent, like there was some sort of paperwork that was signed saying,
yeah,
Chang-kyun is going to continue on to be in Monsta X. Now, if we're talking about his royalties and his splits, first off, you guys shouldn't be even talking about that. I shouldn't be talking about that because that's like private information. That's like me asking you, so how much do you make?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, no.
It's just rude.
Yeah.
It's just
rude.
rude.
So I'm just throwing it out there. Don't even think about that, you know.
Yeah.
So
but like if you're concerned because you know that Starship makes deals for Monsta X, say with sponsors, variety shows, you know, lots of other things, you know, international contracts. Don't worry. Chang-kyun's also going to have a guy in the room. It's just not going to be those guys.
Yeah, Starship is not going to be the one that's representing them, you know.
But if you think about it, that could also be a good thing in the long run for the other guys, because what Chang-kyun is willing to agree to is also something that they'll have to take into consideration. Yeah. So hopefully that means, you know, they'll get, I don't know, like better accommodations on tour, or, you know, like they'll get to do a variety show, but they won't have to film 10 episodes in 10 days. Maybe they can do 10 episodes in 3 weeks due to scheduling or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're not going to write together and, you know, perform together. I'm also wondering, we talked about this a little bit, that if we've seen a lot of vocalist Chang-kyun this past year, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if maybe he wants to diversify his sound a little more than he's able to do there.
Yeah.
By collabing with other people, by, you know, just, I don't know, writing something very different, something that's not quote unquote, you know, Starship brand.
And sometimes you just need, like in Wheaton's case, like a fresh start, you know, like sometimes you just need that for yourself, you know.
Creative people do not do well being, you know, held in one place. Stagnation is like literally our enemy. So you need change, you need challenge. And like you said, I.Am's young.
He's young.
He's real young. He's been in the business forever, but that doesn't change the fact that, like, he still has a lot of growth that's going to be coming our way. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's something to look forward to, and it's something that he's going to have a lot more control over. So if you love the current iteration of him, it's only going to get better.
Yeah. And I will say, you know, sometimes like in American like music, you see this quite often. You know, you see an artist leaving one label to go to another, and when that happens, it's a different sound. You know, when they go to another label. Oh, okay. I'll give you an example of this. Okay, so this is kind of intercompany though, so but still very different sounds. So Warner Brother Records, Wiz Khalifa. Everyone knows who Wiz Khalifa is, you know. It's been a long time, you know, that song that he was on, you know, with Charlie, you know. So and of course he's known for other songs too. But
who hasn't Charlie collabed with? Jisoo.
I know, right?
Sorry, sidebar. Anyway.
Yeah. Right? So Wiz Khalifa, he was on Warner Brother Records. Warner Brother Records, when you hear that label, do you think of urban music? Not really. You think of My Chemical Romance. You think of Madonna. you think of, I mean, not that genre, but they did have urban artists on Warner Brother Records. So then Wiz Khalifa, he moved over to Atlantic Records. Atlantic Records, of course, is also like the sister company of, I mean, like they're under the same umbrella, like more Warner Music
They roll
Group.
up to the same
Yeah.
umbrella corp.
Yeah, I know, right? But
I can't help it every
I know,
time.
I know.
I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense. Sorry, go
Yes.
ahead.
Hey, as long as you can understand it, that's cool. But then Wiz Khalifa left Warner Brother Records because he went to Atlantic. You know, it wound up being more beneficial for him because who's under Atlantic? Have you guys heard of T.I.? You know? So T.I. back then was a really huge name, you know, and he's still known. You know, people remember his song "Whatever You Like," yeah, you know. So,
Love it when you give us all your little record samples. I love it. I'm into it.
I mean, I gotta give you the song and like what it sounds like. So then, when Wiz Khalifa joined Atlantic, you know, like because Atlantic they have a stronger team. It's not you know, it's not a surprise because they know how to cultivate urban artists, you know.
But it's less of a full break and more of a lateral move.
Yeah, but point being, he moved to different labels regardless, you know, because one label didn't have what he wanted, and then he flourished under the Atlantic label, you know. So, I mean, in this case, you know, like Starship, you know, probably like in Chankyoon's position, you know, like him moving from Starship, you know, to another agency, like is kind of like essentially the same thing. Like he probably will flourish because he's given like he probably chose another agency, not probably, but he did choose like another agency that would cater to him more, you know, of what he wants,
what he needs right now.
Yeah.
It might not be what he needs forever, but he obviously needs something different right at this moment.
Right, exactly. And that agency and moving, my point being is that sometimes when you move from one agency to another, you probably will be really successful or even more, you know. Like in the case of Wiz Khalifa, he became a very known rapper, you know, after moving to different labels. And the same thing could happen with Chinkyoon, you know. We know that he's gonna stay with Monsta X, but he's also probably gonna release some solo music too that could also, you know, help with his career, you know.
Yeah.
So
And he might even be able to collab with Wonho. Who knows?
I know.
I mean, girl can hope.
That's everyone's dream right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is totally applicable to a lot of different artist industries. You know, every now and then a new season of TV starts up, right? And I'll see the same guest actor in like 10 different shows. And I'm always like, oh, somebody got a new agent. You know, like sometimes when you've been with someone for a while, they don't, you know, like maybe they don't push you as hard as they're pushing their new blood.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need someone who's going to work a little harder for you, and you know, you have to switch it up to get that new juice, that new life.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you. Everyone should just look at this as an opportunity for us to have more Chankyoon, not less. And hopefully for a chance for him to do more and be happy with what he's doing. We saw a very cute, you sent me an amazing Twitter clip the other day that was just like, has anyone noticed in the last 2 years he smiles all the time, he's laughing, like I feel like he's more at ease with who he is, and this is part of him being like, okay, this is who I am, and I don't fit what you guys want me to be maybe anymore. Doesn't mean he's gonna, you know, turn into Psy or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, he needs a chance to explore and to see who he's gonna be.
Yeah, because now people are saying like OT5, and I'm like, OT5, what does that even mean? I mean, technically, isn't it OT5 right now? Because Shoney's
Right?
enlistment. But
Yeah,
it just
I
doesn't
agree
make
with you.
sense.
It really sucks when people say they're fans, but they don't support the artist's decision. Like, this is not something he thought about for 2 days and then did.
Yeah.
This is a long, drawn out process. There were many opportunities on both sides to come to an agreement or a compromise, and it just wasn't going to be in his best interest. How can you fault someone for that?
Yeah.
You really can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just hope everyone can like get over the hump and wish him well and be excited, because we're probably going to get twice as much Chang Kyun.
I know.
So who's mad about that? Not me.
I
ain't mad about that.
I know. I'm super excited.
Maybe he'll
about
open
that.
for Won Ho's world tour. Manifesting.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I think this is like an amazing new journey that's gonna start for him.
Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe one day when Kihyun takes over Starship and cleans house, he'll come back.
Yeah.
But until that day, like, you know, let him spread his wings a little bit and see who he wants to be next. I mean, we're all changing and evolving all the time. I am not the same person I was 5 years ago. I am definitely not the same person I was 10 years ago. So it's kind of ridiculous for us to expect our artists to stay like a bug trapped in amber. I don't want that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you told me that I was gonna do a YouTube channel, I'd laugh in your face 10 years ago.
And here we are.
And here we are, you know.
So, you know, like, change is horrible and frightening and also really good for you.
Yeah, change is good. Some people are afraid of change. But sometimes
I don't think anything's going to get worse. I only think it's going to get better, honestly.
I think it's going to get better too. So for our Korean Monbebe who are watching this, please don't get too upset at us.
I know.
I know. It's just like,
I understand why you feel the way you feel, but look at this as an opportunity. This is a glass half full moment, not a glass half empty.
Yeah. And not even just calling out the Korean Monbebe, even some like international Monbebe too that just don't understand how contracts work. You know, like, I mean, at first, like when it came out, the news broke, I was like, oh, okay, just like Wien.
Right?
Yeah.
We were kind of like, oh, okay, at least now we know. I was just dying. The uncertainty of not knowing was terrible.
Yeah.
But I was like, cool, still in Monsta X.
Yeah,
Cha-ching.
still Monsta X.
Mission accomplished.
They broke the 7-year curse. That's all I cared about. I was like, what? Changkyun's gonna continue on with Monsta X activities because he loves the band.
We won.
Yeah, loves the band and loves Monbebe too much to like leave. That's essentially what he's saying, you know.
Yeah.
So he's still gonna be with the band. It's just it gets really messy with contracts. That's all that it is. And you guys don't even need to know what
But
the whole...
they've already hammered that out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just don't worry about it, boo. You know,
don't worry about it, Bibi.
Yeah, they already talked about it. Otherwise, they wouldn't like talk.
They
about
wouldn't
this.
put out that announcement if they hadn't already.
Release.
Yeah, if they didn't have, if they weren't 1,000% sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So don't worry. Be excited, you know.
Yeah, be happy. Be happy for him. All we're asking is just to be happy
for him.
Be happy for all the members on all their decisions that they made, you know. Like, just be happy for them that that's the choice that they decide to make.
I mean, what we really should be saying is all 6 guys re-signed to Monsta X.
Yes.
It's, you know, agency schmagency. Who cares? They could have all left the agency like GOT7. Did GOT7 break up? No.
No, and they have
Are they
different
all on different agents, or do they all have different agencies?
Yes. It's just a lot of paperwork, you
Do
guys.
some of them not even live on the same continent anymore? Yes. But they're putting out new music. They're organizing a tour. Like,
They
let's
did a
have
fan
some faith.
live. They-
Yeah, let's have some faith in our boys that they can do at least that when most of them are still like living together.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. In fact, I'm excited for what's to come next. And I just know they're going to keep growing and like wowing us like they always do.
Yeah.
Like they always do.
I know. I feel the same way. I guess on my soapbox, I just wanted to say, don't worry about the contractual stuff. That's why you got people like me to read that stuff. You know,
You don't have to worry about that stuff.
Yeah,
Tammy's on it.
Yeah. But even I don't have to worry about it because I know it's Monsta X and they're all gonna be together. You know,
I know. It's gonna be so great.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I was concerned about, and that's not happening.
Yeah,
It's not leaving the band. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's unicorns, rainbows, and chocolate sundaes.
God, all my favorite things. Oh my gosh, you just said chocolate sundae and unicorns, please.
Right. And some physical product for the next I Am mini album with photo cards.
My God.
Dear Lord, let there be photo cards.
Yeah, of course there'll be photo cards unless they're in form of NFTs. So, I mean,
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
But also, you know, if he wants to be a little saucier, I guess he'll have the creative freedom to do that.
I mean,
I don't know if he can get any saucier, but I'm sure he'll find a way.
Well, I mean, there are some people who are very supportive of him, and they said, "Wow, we can't wait for him to cuss more." You know,
right?
Yeah.
I remember you said, if the goddamn video's anything to go by, I mean, if he has full creative control, that's just a little taste of what he could get away with at Starship.
Yeah.
Imagine the videos he'll make when he has more creative freedom.
This is where his American side will probably come out.
Right? That video's so I lived in America for 12 years or whatever. Yeah. Again, just the freedom to experiment, you know, like you really need that. Everybody needs that, but artists need it even more. So I'm just so proud of him for doing what's right for him. And you know, the guys are too. You know, the guys are excited for him and happy for what he's doing. Like you said, they're going to be in the military for 18 goddamn months.
Yeah.
And during that time, I expect too many albums, Chinkun. You heard it here. Too many albums. And I'll love you even if it's just 2 songs.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, all the guys are all very supportive of each other, you know, like completely supportive of each other.
Love it so much.
Yeah. And so,
I'm just so excited. I'm ready for my like rap line super group that's like Juhan, I Am, Suga, RM.
I know, right? I mean,
Bang Chan.
Yeah,
Changbin.
I know. I feel like, okay, granted, this is not like an apples to apples comparison. I mean, like SM Entertainment has Super M, where they gathered like, you know, a bunch of artists and put it to one group. I mean, we could do the same, right? And have like, and have like a super rap group, like you said, Changbin, Han, you know, Mingyu, Wonwoo, like, Jinkyoon, you know, like.
Yeah. At least we know the 17 guys already know all the MX guys. So come on.
Yeah, they're besties. Please.
This could happen.
They're besties.
You've seen that cute clip of Juhan talking to Suga at the award show? Come on.
Please.
Let's do this.
Come on. Form a super group, man.
Super
group.
I'll even take one song, guys. One song. I'll take it.
And that one song is gonna be like 5 billion views, on
Right?
YouTube for sure.
Gosh,
Yeah.
please.
Could you imagine Suga and Juhan and
Ugh, that would be
Jin-kyun?
such fire, please.
Oh my
Please.
I can't imagine.
My two aggressive boos being super aggressive. Cute.
And then Chen-kyun coming in like, oh,
Come on, baby.
Show me, baby. Show me, baby. Oh. Anyways, yeah. So
Sorry, just daydreaming, manifesting. We don't look sad, right, guys? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I may looked a little bit frustrated earlier, but only because I felt like people were really bashing on Chen-kyun way too harshly, and
I agree with you. If you're a fan, you don't do that.
yeah, you support your artists all the way through.
They've already got haters.
Yeah,
we keep them in a happy cocoon of love. I mean, that's where I would keep Chen-kyun.
Yeah. So.
I feel like we've been on an emotional roller coaster tonight, and I am fully drained.
Yeah, I feel very drained as well. That was very difficult to watch.
Yes.
Go through.
It
all
was
that.
intense,
and then again, it makes you wonder. Like, well, it's not makes you wonder.
This
it's
is
a
the
factor.
first step to how we got here.
Yeah.
Okay, and now you have to say your famous thing. What's the percentage that we're done?
Oh, okay, you guys. So we just finished episode 8. So then we are gonna move on to episode 9. And oh my goodness, we're gonna be, after we're done with episode 9, 90% done. I know. So we have 2 more episodes.
Two more episodes. And then we're going to watch something hilarious and fun with Monsta X.
Yeah.
That will remind everyone OT6.
Yeah. OT6. Yeah. OT6 or OT7,
I
depending on the
mean,
show.
still.
Yeah.
Still for us.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so even though this was kind of horrific, we're one step closer to wrapping it up.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I really need the payoff of the guys being really happy at the end of this. So I can't wait to get there.
Yeah.
I need like a huge payoff, like a very large one. So come on, guys.
Yeah. And you know what though? Like, this is like the last mission. So, right? This is the last mission. So they're stretching it out for I'm assuming 2 more episodes, or
well, I'm assuming they're gonna do the last mission, or they're gonna do the performances in the next episode, probably some more behind the scenes, because there was clearly not enough. They filmed a lot more than that. And then they'll eliminate someone, or they'll eliminate 2 people.
I feel like,
and then the final episode will be like the band reveal and their debut track.
Yeah, sounds about right. I'll go with that.
If The Voice, American Idol, whatever country you're in has got talent, has taught me anything, it's probably that.
Yeah.
You can't end without a debut single, please. You got to capitalize on this marketing.
Yes. 100%. Yeah. Okay. So Monbebes said that episode 7, 8, especially episode 8, is really terrible. And they were right.
Yeah.
But we made it.
It's not roses from here, but we can only go up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly,
sorta.
We'll see.
See.
TBD.
We'll see when we watch episode 9.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully our mini discussion with Chen-kyun and his new agency is somewhat helpful. Basically, we're just saying don't worry about it. It's like it was already left to the professionals already. He already agreed that he's gonna
It's a done deal. He's in Monsta X.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. just celebrate and be like, yay, you know, and yay,
Yes!
more solo stuff in the future.
Yeah,
and potentially physical albums with photo cards. See,
Yes!
look at all of this excitement from Beth. I'm excited for you too. You know, heck, I'm excited. Please. I'm already collecting photo cards. Like,
I know, more time on Macari for you.
Yeah. Seriously. Ugh.
All right.
All right. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Per usual, we probably talked more than the entire episode.
Yes.
And if you stuck out this long with us, thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you.
Yes.
So if you guys like this video, or even if you guys have questions, you know, about how this all works, leave a comment below. We'll help as much as we can, you know? So, I mean, it's not that hard. Just don't think about it. He's in the band. But anyways, if you guys like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we are... La Chimolala. And we will see you guys for episode 9. Next time.
안녕.